What's going on, you guys? My name is Megan and welcome to this post romance. Today we're gonna be talking about ApollyCon. So today's video is my ApollyCon video. I promised it on Wednesday when my ApollyCon vlog went up, and we're gonna talk about, first of all, I'm gonna do a small haul. I don't have everything that I got. One book I loaned to my sister-in-law. Did I loan 2 books to my sister-in-law, maybe? I did loan 2 books to my sister-in-law. So we're going to talk about the books that I got. Specifically the ones that I picked for me. Not necessarily the ones that I got for free. Do have a couple of those. Some of my books are at Izzy's. She's a doll. And she took a bunch of my books home with her because she had a free checked bag. And my suitcase was too small. So, like, it wasn't a ton of stuff. But like we had one really thick paper bag that I could not get in my suitcase or in my backpack that she took home. And then she took home my book box that I made everybody. On our trip I made 4 of them. Most of them were painted gold. And we took those around, got them signed by authors. It was really cool. So, those are two of the things you won't see. There's a couple other things, but I'll tell you what those are. And I will insert pictures. And we'll talk about why I picked them out. But first I want to talk about the 2 books that I have that I got for free. The first one is Fortune Favors the Duke by Kristin Vayden. It's a historical. The back says it's full of passion and flirty banter. This Regency romp is a well-balanced mix of heat and sweetness. So I figured I'd keep it and give it a whirl. I'm getting ready to go to the beach in a couple weeks. So maybe a beach read. We'll find out. Second book I got for free, but one that I will keep. And if you know me and you've been around this channel for a long time, you know why. But that is Too Close to Call by Tessa Bailey. This is the 1001 Dark Nights edition. Now this is copywritten on the inside 2014. Do with that what you will. It does not have any of Tessa Bailey's super popular books listed in it. The Hot and Hammered series is not in here. The Ballinger Sisters is not in here. Window Shopping, those books, none of those are listed in here. So this edition is older, and I did get it for free in a swag bag. So next is the ARC that I got while I was there. I did get an ARC and it was really cool. Alexis Daria's first book is being re-released. It was picked up, it's been re-edited, and she gave me an ARC and she signed it. So that's pretty cool. I went to her table. She was one of the first authors that I went to, and we were just talking about it, and I was asking her about the book, and she pulled out an ARC and signed it and gave it to me, and I'm very excited to have it. I'm so thrilled. I'm so honestly touched. I've never had a physical ARC. I've gotten quite a few like ebook ARCs and audiobook ARCs, but this is my first physical ARC, and I'm very excited to read this. And if I like it, I will probably buy the actual version. I liked Alexis Daria. We went to me, Izzy, and Izzy's bestie went to a panel that had like it was Sarah McLean, Tessa Dare. I do not remember the other one. I cannot remember her name to save my life. Tessa Dare, Mia Sosa was there, Alexis Daria was there, and Allie Hazelwood. And it was like brains, babes, and something, and like writing smart women. And I went to Alexis Daria. We talked about this book, and that was really cool. Now, this next book is controversial. And outside of this, I probably won't talk about it on my channel, because there was a lot of controversy around this book. But it's My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I did get it autographed. I do love Tessa Bailey, and she was so sweet. She was so sweet. We talked about Chris Evans. I almost fainted. She was the sweetest human, and she is so cute in person. I love her, and she told me I was beautiful, and we talked about Chris Evans, and that, you guys know me. But I bought My Killer Vacation. It is signed. This is a signed copy. I also purchased, and it ties into my t-shirt today, but I also purchased Window Shopping, a physical copy, because I did read Window Shopping last year, and I did love it last year. And last year when I read it, Izzy said, May, your main guy is like Ted Lasso, and I hadn't watched Ted Lasso yet. I've now watched, you can't read that, it says you have met coach. I've now watched Ted Lasso, as we know and can see. Can we focus in on this? Yeah. As we know and can see, I have now seen Ted Lasso, and I love Jason Sudeikis. I love Ted Lasso. It's a whole thing. We know this. Y'all know this. If you know me, it doesn't take much. So I let my sister-in-law borrow Window Shopping, but it is autographed. I do trust her with it. It is signed, and I do love that book, and I cannot wait to read it again this year at Christmas time. I also received as a gift from Sweet Sweet Isabel, it's a copy, it's about this thick, of might be even a little thinner than this one, but it is by AJ Alexander, and it is AJ Alexander's Mountain Men series. I think it's 2 novellas, might be 3 novellas, but I'm pretty sure it's 2. I also let my sister-in-law borrow that one. She does have my old Kindle. She does not pay for Kindle Unlimited. She got into reading, and then she kind of fell out of it. So I let her borrow physical books from time to time, because she seems to do better with those. She finished, they were gone this past week. I was house sitting for them, and she did finish It Happened One Summer, and she did enjoy it. And I said, you know, there's a second one. And she said, do you own it? And I said, no, I don't own it. I said, I have the audiobook, and I have the ebook. I said, I don't own it physically, because I don't read a ton physically. But I did, I got those, and that's pretty exciting. So, thank you, Izzy. Those are the main books I got. I think I got a couple more, but they're not, I'm not super excited about them. I'm gonna put them on my shelf, because it's bare, and it needs to be reorganized. Now that I'm looking at it, it really needs to be reorganized. But, yeah, I'm very excited to own these, to have them, to have autographs in all of them. Not all of them, but the ones that I was excited about to have autographs in. The last thing I got that I've told everybody about, and I made everybody look at. This is from Hello Lovely. And you know how, I'm not going to say all women, I'm going to say all the women in my life. We always say we don't need another bag, right? I don't need another bag. I don't need another purse. I don't need another tote. Like, I don't need it. And then one of our friends comes along inevitably and has purchased a tote. And they're like, you need this bag, okay? If they put this bag for sale online, you need this bag. It looks plain. This is the back side. This is the front. Let's see if I can show it to you. There we go. There we go. So this is the front of it. It has pockets on each side of this bag. It holds a Kindle. I don't have my Kindle up here. It holds a freaking Kindle. You stick your Kindle inside. It's the perfect size. Your Kindle is not going to fall out. It is the perfect size for, I have the Kindle Paperwhite Signature. Or no. I have the new Kindle Paperwhite, not the Signature. I don't have the one that wirelessly charges. I have the regular new one. It fits in there perfectly. Does it hold an Oasis? You're going to have to ask somebody that has one. I don't have an Oasis. So, it also zips at the top. It does have my initials in it, because everyone in our group ended up buying one. So I put my initials on the inside so we wouldn't get confused as to whose was whose. And Izzy also bought us all these cute little hand sanitizer holders. That's all the things I got, minus the swag. Like, we got swag. I got a Tessa Bailey pen that has a highlighter on the other side, and a sticker, and some other really cool stuff. You know, we got all kinds of bookmarks and stickers. I've got a somewhere I have a Mia Sosa notepad, And we got a tote bag from ApollyCon. It's black and it says like ApollyCon Titan on it and stuff. So, it was pretty cool. It was a fun experience. Let's actually talk about the issues with ApollyCon though. First and foremost, I want to talk about the main issues, and then I want to go into kind of some of the more nitpickier things that I think could change. So Thursday, Titan ticket holders got to go pick up their tickets. So we stood in line on Thursday, and there were so many people who needed ADA accommodations that were not met. Absolutely were not met. The line was outrageously long, so it was split into two lines. You had like the first half of the alphabet and the second half of the alphabet, and you had to go through the line to get your ticket, and then you had to get wristbands for your ticketed authors. So the ticketed authors were like the big names. It was Tessa Bailey, Hazelwood, Tessa Dare, JLA, like Helena Hunting, Megan Quinn ended up being a ticketed author. Like, there were lots of authors that were ticketed that people wanted to see. I only wanted to see Hazelwood and Tessa Bailey. That's all I wanted. I met them both. I'm very happy. Hazelwood is very sweet, but Tessa Bailey stole my heart and soul. Those were a couple of the issues. The lining was a whole issue. The second issue I had, so on Friday, if you were a Titan ticket holder, you got to go meet authors for a 3-hour window, just Titan ticket holders. They had, so when they ended up moving the ticketed authors to the bottom floor of the hotel. So you got your badge, which mine is with Izzy. You got your badge, and then you moved to the bottom floor to get your ticketed author wristbands. And I only wanted 2. And the volunteers that were working the table kind of made me feel bad that I only wanted 2 ticketed authors. Of all of the ticketed authors, there were only 2 that I wanted. Like, I have a signed Helena Hunting book on my shelf. Might have 2. I got them from Izzy. Like, I've got Helena Hunting signature. I like Megan Quinn's books. I didn't care if I met her. I did end up meeting her. I just wanted Tessa Bailey and Hazelwood. I wanted, window shopping is a Ted Lasso fan fiction. You can't change my mind. I needed to meet her. And then she started talking to me about Chris Evans. And I said, oh my God. And then I told her to use a line from The Gray Man in one of her books. So if I ever see that line in a book, Tessa Bailey, I'll see you. And I'll be very excited. But having the ticketed authors be split between the 2 rooms was complicated because there was no like PA system to announce between rooms. So like Tessa Bailey was in the Independence room, and we were Titan Group B, so we started in the ballroom. And so our tickets, we never knew if our ticketed number had been called. But the main issue fell with the fact that a lot of the people on the first half of the alphabet, they had really high ticketed numbers, like 400s, 300s, and 400s. Most of mine were like 250 and up. I think they were 300 and up though. And they didn't get through them. So I went to the ticket table by Tessa Bailey and I said, hey, are you going to start at these numbers tomorrow? They gave me a new ticket and let me hop in line. So I got to meet Tessa. That's how I met Tessa Bailey. And then with Hazelwood, Izzy and I just happened to be standing in line to get back in the room where Hazelwood was. And these 2 really, really nice women behind us offered us they had extra tickets to meet Hazelwood, and they were really low numbers, and actually ended up just hopping in line when I got in there. The other thing I didn't like was a lot of the time the ticketed author lines would open. Tessa Dare is the one that I saw do this the most, but I was standing in line when they did this with Hazelwood. Her ticketed line was open. And it was like a maybe 6-person line, and then it would loop around and it kind of zigzagged. So we'll say there was 25 people in line to meet Allie Hazelwood. They decided to close the line right after I got in line, which was fine. I had a ticket within the ticket number that they called. They made the people in front of me that had already been standing in line. I mean, like, one of the people that got out of line was like 2 people from meeting Allie Hazelwood. They made these people get out of line if they were not in that ticketed number. And that rubbed me the wrong way. Because they'd been waiting in line. She was open. They had done nothing wrong. So kicking them out of the line was just not okay with me. I thought it was garbage. The swag bags, again, it was free stuff. So, like, how much can you really complain about it? But saying we've got 300, knowing you sold 800 tickets, let's say. I don't remember how many there were. If you don't have enough swag bags for everybody, why have them at all? Was my thought process on that. Those were my big issues with ApollyCon, I think. We're a week removed now, so I've probably forgotten some of them. The ADA accommodations one was a big one. I was very surprised by the lack of accommodation for that. And the swag bags and only having like a very low number compared to what you were giving out. That baffled me. Yeah, I think that's everything about ApollyCon that I want to talk about. I really enjoyed exploring DC. It's my first time in DC. I'm a huge politics and history buff. I love both of those things. I do need to take up with the Smithsonian the fact that in their political, like, movie TV show wing, they did not have my favorite political TV show of all time, which is The West Wing, because y'all don't need to know this, but the president's staff in The West Wing, it's like all the actors actually got to follow around Bill Clinton's staff that held those same positions. And I think they got to follow George Bush up until 9/11, and then they couldn't do it anymore. But they followed around Clinton's staff and, like, had direct access to the people whose jobs they were portraying to get them as accurate as possible. And they left that show out, and I was very upset. That's why that clip was in there, and the American president was zoomed in, because if you're not going to put all of Sorkin's political works in there, I'm going to highlight the big one that you did, which was the American president. Okay, that's it for me. Yeah, those were the big ApollyCon issues. That's my semi-haul. Like I said, there's more, but it's not really anything you're really missing. So, we'll see how Authors in the Bluegrass does. It's coming up the end of September, beginning of October. I think my tickets for October 1st. So, we'll see how that goes. But, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So, until next time, you guys, be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. And I will catch you on Monday. Bye, everyone.